Hello.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Welcome back to Boris's Coffee Morning. Just going to give us a couple of minutes, maybe 60 seconds, just to allow others to join. We have YouTube by our side, so we're actually looking at the screen. We have our marketing manager, Michelle, controlling the YouTube comments today. So, Michelle, do you see that people logging in all okay?
Yep, it's all looking good.
Great.
All good.
Great. So I think without further ado, we've only got an hour. We've actually got 59 minutes left. Chateau, shall we start?
Yeah, thank you very much, James.
So yeah, as I say, welcome to Boris's third coffee morning. So first of all, thank you for all of your support, for those of you that have been on these coffee mornings before. For those of you that haven't, I'm James. I'm the Enterprise Sales and Accounts Manager here at Boris.
And I'm Shatu, the Sales and Account Manager in Boris Software.
Great. We'll be taking you through today. I'm going to jump straight into the format for the day so that those of you that haven't been on one of these Boris Coffee Mornings before can just get an understanding of the flow. So, first of all, let's talk about the agenda and what are we going to be talking about today. So, as we sent out on the invite to you, we've got a few key topics to go through today. The first one is possibly the most anticipated release of 2021 for Boris. It's the one that on all of the account management calls we're discussing on a regular basis, and that's the rollout of iOS and Apple. And we're going to talk to you about that rollout today. And we're also actually going to give you a first look at the new skin and the new Apple app. We're then going to move into live drawing, and we're going to be completing some best practice, or Shatu's going to be completing some best practice on live drawing. Sticking with Shatu, she's also going to talk us through waste management, and hopefully you will see some ideas that we're working on in specific industries that deal with certain types of waste that you might find relevant to your system. And we're then going to finish up. We're going to give an update on our charity for 2020, which internationally was a children's orphanage putting high school aged children through education in Bulembu, South Africa. And we're going to give you an update on that and how well we've done, all thanks to your help. And at the end, as I say, we promise to wrap up with a next steps. So we'll be talking to you about how we move forward with this. If there's anything that you've seen today that you're interested in and you'd like introduced to your system, we'll be telling you how we go about that and what are the next steps. So, without, I'm going to start recording. Now, we always record our sessions. This is for those that were unavailable to join us. So, what I would say is we will be recording today, and we do have it on YouTube. If for any reason you have to leave early, or you have other colleagues who you would like to have had visibility to today's coffee morning, please drop me a quick message and we'll make sure we get a copy of the video across to you immediately after the event. Again, we'd like to welcome comments throughout the session. Not just leaving them until the end. We will attempt to try to answer those questions as we go. There's two ways that you can send us your questions in. The first one is you can put a comment into the YouTube stream. Michelle, as I say, is picking those up as we speak. Any comments that come in, she will be directing them to us as questions at the end of each of the topics. Where we don't get a chance to answer your question and we need to move on, we will be documenting them and we will be coming back to you formally afterwards as well. The other way to send us in a question is to drop it via email. And again, Michelle is going to be monitoring her emails. So if I could ask them to be sent to michelle@boris-software.com. That's michelle@boris-software.com. And Michelle will be picking those up for us as well. So hopefully two ways there that you can send in your comments and questions. Couple of final bits of admin from me before we jump straight into system presentations. First one is, if you haven't received your Costa Coffee card from us or Costa Coffee voucher, please let us know. We did fastidiously try to organise all of these for you, but we may have made a mistake. If we have, let us know. We'll send one out to you immediately and with our apologies as well. So, without further ado, I think we'll get straight into it, and we'll start with, as I say, the most hotly anticipated release for us this year, which is iOS and Apple. Now, iOS and Apple, it's been a long journey for us, a really long journey for us. Our Apple app has been in development now for the last 18 months. It's been through extensive testing and really was born out of an idea or feedback that was provided to us from our existing clients, telling us that they had usages across their business for a multi-platform app, one that would work with both Android and with Apple. So what have we gone and what was our specification in building our Apple product? Well, first of all, we needed or wanted to design a product that would not limit you to either or, Android or Apple. So our new Apple app will work seamlessly with the web portal and will allow you to have a blend, a mixture of Android users as well as Apple users, and they will both interface with the web portal. That just means you can have different users on the system, different types of users on the system, and hopefully that was going to fulfill our and your first criteria. Secondly, what I will say, when we sort of delve in and we just give you a quick overview of the Apple product, the one thing I will say is you'll notice it looks and feels a little bit different from the Android version. Now, our goal was to replace all of the functionality of the Android app into the Apple app. And we've managed to achieve that, and we'll be demonstrating that to you as we go along. But we are actually working on a new Android skin for 2021. And what you will see is you will see some of that start to be displayed within the new iPhone app. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to get acquainted with the new color scheme, the new format, but ultimately it looks or it functions very, very similar. It's just a step towards our new skin that we're going to be releasing. As I say, we've reproduced the entire functionality of the Android app into the Apple app, so it's all there for you, and our intention would be that as we move through a setup for you, and I will give more details on the setup and the process for going live, that as we start to launch that setup for you, we'll be bringing across all of your legacy data, your legacy forms, your templates, reporting modules, so it'll actually be set up as an exact carbon copy of what you have in the Android app, and therefore we're hoping it'll require very, very minimal training from us in order to be able to provide this to you. Now, I'm just going to try seamlessly jumping across over onto TeamViewer, so if you could give me one moment just while I set all of that up. And if you just bear with me one moment. Sorry about this, everybody. I'm just connecting up TeamViewer as we speak. Give me one moment, and it's just connecting now. So hopefully, guys, on your screen in a moment, you are going to see TeamViewer launch the app. I'm sorry, TeamViewer's been a little slow this morning, so I'm just waiting for the confirmation from Michelle that that has now launched onto the screen. Michelle, if you could let me know when you see the Boris app, please. Apologies, guys, we're working to a few second delay here. Actually looks as though it could be about 10-15 seconds delay by the looks of it. Michelle, have we received the app up on the screen?
Still waiting, unfortunately, James. Oh, here it comes. There you go.
Finally, I was starting to get a little bit worried there. Okay, great, guys. So as you'll see up on the screen, or I suppose, should I say, welcome to the new Apple app. So hopefully what you will see is from the login screen, we've kept the format very, very similar to what you're used to. There's no real change here. And our intention is obviously that your existing user setups and logins will work once we've configured the app to work with your system. Now, a couple of things to note within this initial login screen. Again, it can be fully bespoked and white labeled to suit your requirements. So where we have clients that need this to have your company logos, we can absolutely do that for you. You will also notice that some of the branding, the colorings have changed ever so slightly just to freshen it up. So let's log in. I have hidden my password from TeamViewer, so you'll see that as I log in, I seem to log in with no password. It was hidden on the screen. Now, as I said to you, I'm just going to give this a few moments just to sit on the screen because I really do appreciate that this will look ever so slightly different from what you're used to when you're looking at your Android version of the app. And a lot of the reason behind that is that we've had a complete brand refresh and we're going through that at the moment in developing a new Android skin. We want to give a whole new look and feel to the app for you. And I suppose this is the halfway point to that new skin. This is where we've started. So what have we looked? We tried to give it a much fresher feel. We've tried to take away that darker blue or that blue out of it and really provide a lighter white background that hopefully is just a little bit easier on the eye to work through. Again, we're looking towards more of a tile solution skin, and again we try to keep that in terms of these longer tiles across the screen. Where we go in terms of the new skin, please watch this space. Again, this can be branded up to suit your requirements, and again it can be completely customized. You are looking at the demo version here, so you'll see as I go through it, it's got everything in it. From your document libraries, your clocking in card, your driving, starts, etc. It's all in there. Now again, your systems may be scaled back. We are just looking at a demo system here. And again, you'll see that we're committed to really introducing different icons within the navigation to really try to help you navigate your way around the system. So, let me just give you a quick tour of this. I'll start to scroll down and hopefully this should all look very, very familiar. This should look exactly like your current existing Android version of the app. As I say, everything's in there at the moment. Just giving you a scroll just so you can look through the navigation, I suppose, on the screen. Again, we have scheduled work in here, which is exactly the same as your standard diary. This can be renamed, but typically this would present a list of all of the different works that you had booked in. For me, there's just one in there for today, and we jump straight across over into live drawing where we select our floor, our drawing, and then we have exactly the same different icons that you have within your Android system. I can go back just like your systems as well, select other forms. I can maybe have a look at some compliance and say, right, I'm going to look at staff induction form. And you'll see again that the way that we've brought this system together, we've introduced our complete customization of forms in here for you, providing you with the opportunity to complete mandatory fields, numeric fields, character fields. We can have yes, no, toggle buttons, whatever it needs that suits your data entry. But you'll see here, again, it's just very, very simple to scroll through. As with all Boris forms, we now have the tabs down at the bottom that allow us to do the sign-offs. And again, all of this is fully customized to suit your requirements. Just going to pull up another form you might have seen a few times, and we'll just start to work through and just give you an example of some of the things that we're looking at. Let's look at a BM Prada form this time. So I've gone into Dorset survey. You'll see that on this particular form, we have 3 tabs down at the bottom. We've got general information, fire door survey, and a sign-off. We can skip between those really easily down at the bottom, or we can start to complete these in either our manual data entry fields or in the mixture of yes and no tabs. And again, this can all be dynamic in Apple, just as it is in your Android system, so that as you click no or you click yes, it creates a trigger action for you and will allow you to complete something else and create a very much a dynamic form. So we kept all of that in there for you. Again, things like the ticks and the crosses are very popular throughout our system. Just allows us to be able to, there's a great example of a dynamic question there, edge condition. If I select yes, it meets its survey. Then there's a details box. If I click no, I get the ART number to select from within the document as well. So you can see there that that ART is dynamic to the questioning within the form. It's going to come back out of that again, back to the main menu. You've still got your receive updates, your scheduled work, your work summaries, your other forms. We have our clocking card system, which works exactly the same as it does in the Android system and allows you to generate your timesheets and worksheets. We have our driving and tracking system, allowing you to track vehicles and to track the man. And again, you've got your technical information, your cost assessments, any SHE alerts, training certificates, equipment certificates. Now, what we are looking to do is really develop the document library within our system. And what we're going to be doing there at the moment is we're working on developing that by industry type, first of all. So as you open up the document library, whether you work in utilities, public sector, construction, fire stopping, highways, housing, whatever it may be, whatever industry you're from, your document library will contain all of the documents pertinent to that particular industry. And then they'll be broken out and set out into your equipment certificates, your cost, all of the different areas that you need into an organised document library that's accessible by everyone interacting with that device. I'm sure there are a number of questions that have already come in from Michelle. I'm quite conscious it's 8:20 and I did promise Chateau that I'd be at 8:20 jumping across over to Chateau, but obviously I've gone on a little bit there in terms of the demo of the Apple device. So Michelle, are there any questions that have come in initially?
We do have a couple, James, so let's have a look here. Will it have the same functionality?
Good question, Michelle. It'll have exactly the same functionality as the Android app. In fact, our process for rolling out Apple is we're almost going to be treating it as though it's a full setup. What I mean by that is we're going to be revisiting and doing a scoping and design session with each of our clients. We need to understand, we obviously have a good idea of how you use your systems, the forms that you're using, but this is the opportunity for us to tweak and refine the systems and the processes and the workflows that you've got. We'll be sitting down and talking to you about what do those look like, and from there we'll be developing a statement of work that will allow us to bring together the Apple product for you. We'll then build it and fully QC it before we hand it over for UAT testing with our clients. And at that point, we'll agree a handover and some training as well to support that. So that will take some time. We're looking potentially at 2 to 4 weeks for us to roll any client from scoping and design across into fully live. So yes, it will have the same functionality, but we'll have to build that as part of configuration, as part of the setup.
Excellent. Do you have one more for you that I received by email this morning? In terms of login, will there be a password reset option for the user?
Yes, you'll be able to manipulate all of your setups and users, including permission levels, access and security, all through the web portal as well. If we're looking at introducing a forgot password button, it's something that we can talk about individually with different clients, so they can do it through their device, but ultimately all of that is going to be self-manageable through the setup tab as it is at this current moment in time. Okay guys, very, very quickly, just before I hand over to Shatu, I just want to talk through the rollout schedule of what we're going to be doing. So as of today, Apple and iOS is live. And what we've decided to do is we've been working with a number of our existing clients already, and we are in the process of selecting 3 test clients. Those 3 test clients are pretty much immediately going to be given the opportunity to go live with Apple. And we're going to go into that scoping and design stage, and we're going to build out those systems for those 3 clients. What we're then going to be doing is we're going to be following that up in the next week or 2 with calls from myself and Shatu out to each of you as part of our account management commitment to you. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking to you about your requirement for Apple, and we're going to be laying out what we're going to be doing in terms of that for you and giving you more details in terms of the setup. Phase 2, what we're looking to introduce, so hopefully immediately following these 3 test clients, maybe starting in 2 weeks' time, what we're going to be looking at doing is we're looking at all the existing users of our system that actually have an additional requirement for additional iPhone users. And we're going to be launching those in phase 2. And we want to understand or make sure that we're getting the elements within their system of the Android and the iPhone system talking and working independently with the web-based back office portal. And then finally, what we'll be doing is we'll be bringing across those clients where we're looking to switch from an Android device across over onto an Apple device. So starting next week, expect your calls. I've got Shatu giving me hand signals under the table to say, shut up, James, it's my turn. So I'm going to hand straight across over to Shatu, and then we'll revisit next steps at the end of the session today. Shatu.
Thank you very much, James. Thank you very much for the exciting news. I'm sure all of our clients are excited about the Apple rollout. Like James said, please stay in contact and we will get in contact with you in the following weeks coming. So a topic that I'd like to come back to is the live drawing. And the reason we wanted to come back to the live drawing is because we've got new clients obviously joining our coffee morning, and also we also have a lot of clients who've asked us a couple of questions about live drawing. So what is the live drawing? The live drawing is where you can upload your plans and record the location of your works. This also gives you the ability to keep track of your processes and then be able to monitor this from the back office as an admin team. Like I said, we wanted to revisit this due to new clients. So what we'll be doing now is we'll be going through a redemonstration of the system, but also we wanted to go through who we've rolled the systems out into. So currently we've rolled the live draw into a majority of our client systems. We have got obviously some support that we're still providing to our clients until it all gets working. We have rolled it out into different industries such as the fire protection, ventilation, but we are also looking to roll out into other industries as we roll out into new systems. So what I will be going through is the Boris app. So on the Boris app, we've obviously come back to Android now. So as you can currently see, you have your main job details. So in your main job details, as you can see, you've got your locations, your job number, here is your site contact, and do you have the ability to contact them from your phone? Yes, you do. You can text them and call them from your mobile phone. Okay. What are the main tips of the Boris system? So the main tip for the Boris system is that we can bespoke this to you. We can also give you the ability to monitor the status of your pins on the live drawing, which I will be going through shortly, and also in the admin portal. And also, a question that I've had a lot from our last live drawing session was, do we get charged for drawings? So, unlike other systems who have the live drawing availability, we don't charge for you to upload your drawings. As you can imagine, how expensive this would be when you have a 40-story buildings. So no, we do not charge for drawings. You've got unlimited access to upload your own drawings and plans. Okay, so taking it onto the main Boris live drawing screen, as you can see, we've got a variety of different pins. The question is, why are they different colours? So they are different colours because they are different statuses of your job. We can go from installation to maintenance to damage and repair. So simply to set up a new pin, as you can see, you now have a sachet on the pin that I have raised, and the reason for this being is we would like more visibility to your operatives for them to see what the pins are that they're currently working on. Okay. You get a majority of your templates added into the live drawing. As you can see, we've got quite a variety on there. Once you've picked a template, you create your ticket to raise that template on your app, and it takes you straight into your template. So with your template, as you can see, you've got all your details, which you day-to-day record against your fire protection, utilities job, ventilation, any industry that you work in. Okay, so moving on to the next aspect of the Boris system for the live drawing is, can I see the progress of my works? Yes, you can. So any work that you're in progress with, it will show up in your progress list. We also have a variety of other templates that you can work through, but also get a visuality of the floor that you are on. So if I go on to first floor, it will show me majority of the pins that are raised on that floor, and we now have the search functionality where you can search by a door ID, a fire damper ID, or even a seal ID, and it'll be able to monitor that for you. Okay. We also still have all our health and safety documents, work instructions, product instructions, and finally the keys. So what are these keys? These are the keys that will work on the back of your statuses. So we will bespokely create this for you if you would wish to do so, or you can use our pins that we have on the live drawing. Okay, so this is from the front app portal. So just before we click onto the front app, which will shortly come up on the screen, does the live drawing work live? Yes, it does work live. It's instant updates from the app straight to the back office. So as you can see, we have a list of seals on the back office portal. You've got all your different colour assets that I had on my plan. We also have our list of seal IDs, and then also all the information we've captured. The great part of the live drawing is your history. So on your history, it gives you the ability to see the history of that pin. When was it surveyed? When was it installed? And when it was damaged. It also then gives you a photo, the drawing, and also the status ability to where this pin is at. Okay, you can still output out any documents from your live drawing, and we're still able to give you your Excel, Word, and PDF outputs as well. You can give your client access to this view, and we can monitor on what data you want your customers to see. Okay. Very quick run through of the live drawing. As I said, we didn't want to make it the main topic. However, we just wanted to give you a quick snapshot once again of the live drawing.
Should we throw it over? Michelle, have we had any questions come in about live drawing? I think we've got an extra couple of minutes here.
I do, excuse me, a couple of questions that have come in. So a client's asked if they can manage their own drawings.
Yes, thank you very much, Michelle. Yes, you can manage your own drawings. So if you are an existing client from Boris Software, or potentially a client that will be on board with Boris, I just want to give you a bit of an idea of what you do with your drawings. So with your drawings, we fully provide training to how to upload your drawings from the back office portal. You can upload unlimited drawings on the back office, and we do not charge you any fees for this. You have full accessibility to the back office, and you can upload as many drawings against any site. As I stated earlier, you may have a 40-storey building, and this will be very expensive. We're starting to charge our customers for drawings, so we don't, because we want to make this cost effective for our clients.
Great. And one more, for clients that may be on their own service, is that applicable to them too?
Thank you very much once again, Michelle. Yes, the live drawing is available to all of our clients. However, due to clients being on their own server, it is a harder development. We do have to then get access to client servers, which would require further development. So there would be a charge if you are on your own server. However, as a January and February sale, we have 20% of discount on our servers. So if you were to go from your server to our server, we have 20% discount on at the moment. And also, we are not charging for migration. So the development of moving you to from your server to our server, there are no charges for. So once again, that's 20% off our servers if you want to move to our server in February. If you are interested, please let us know, and I'll also get in contact with anyone.
Shatu, it's probably not a question, it's more of a statement, but maybe a question about some of the calls that you've had. So one of the things that has come up actually from a couple of my clients as we've been going out with regards to live draw is that they have been saying actually that they find it really useful for their guys to be able to have that current status. They can go out as a gang onto a floor and they can start to pick off the works. Now obviously I'm just thinking then from a QC point of view, one of the pieces of work that we've done with clients, and you showed us it but we didn't hang on the screen very long, was that ability to work from an asset and actually be able to pick a pin on the drawing rather than have to go and search through the drawing looking for that particular pin. Are you noticing with your clients that I appreciate we haven't got a mass live drawing out there at the moment, it's out there across a number of clients, but are you seeing that within your clients as well, that they're starting to use that working from assets feature?
Yes, definitely, James. So the feedback I've had from my clients, it helps with the progress and the ability to find these pins on the drawing. So when they're on site, if they're at a specific pin, they can easily search that through the asset search, and they're able to see the functionality and visuality, what was done against that job. Whereas previously, you've come to the pin and you've not got a lot of information against it, but whereas now you do.
Yeah, great, okay. And I suppose, guys, for me, this is the support that I would most certainly like myself and Shatu to be able to offer you all in 2021, which is the ability to be able to sit down and just discuss with you what your user journey looks like. What are you guys currently doing when they come out on site? What are your office team doing? And how easy then is it for you to be able to interact with that live drawing? So great. I think that was absolutely brilliant, Shatu. I know we've touched on live drawing already, but it's really great that we've been able to revisit that. If there are any other questions, again, please send them through. We'll be picking them up at the end of the session and ensuring that we answer each of them and come back to you. So I am now going to move across over into waste management, I believe, Shatu. So back over to yourself again.
Thank you very much, James.
And I will just pull up your app on the screen, because I think that's the next part that you needed to be.
Lovely. Thank you very much, James. So the next topic that we will be moving to is is an industry that we work quite closely with, which is the NHS, which in an aspect, we don't want to call it an industry, it's more support that we want to provide to the NHS. But also initially, before we go into any details, would like to also thank you very much to all the NHS staff members that are with us here today, or any that who haven't joined today, with the great support that you've given us through the pandemic that's currently everyone going through worldwide.
Thank you.
So the main topic that I'd like to go through for the NHS is we have a lot of NHSs on board at the moment who are using the system for fire risk assessment. ppms. However, a close point that we've managed to work closely with the NHS is we've been able to support them within their waste management. So what I've currently got up on the screen at the moment is an NHS waste management template. So I understand this may not be, very helpful to all the other industries that we've got on board today, but I know majority of, the other industries we work with do also work with the NHS. Okay. So what we've currently got up is your NHS waste management. So initially you capture all your data of where you are completing this waste management. Okay. So we've currently filled in some details against the waste management, which department is it at, what's the object of the audit, and what's the audit method. Moving on from there, we then go on to our, waste. Which waste are we gathering? Is it the black wheelie bins? Is it the yellow wheelie bins? Is it the purple backed waste bins, or even yellow backed waste? Okay. So against these templates, we're able to add in any options that are required. They can be drop-down lists, snippets, text boxes, and also any compliance details that need to be required. Okay, so what I won't go through is a full template. What I'd like you to do is we'll now go to the back office portal to show you what a waste management document looks like when it's been completed.
Probably just need to give us 2 seconds, Shatu, just while the screen changes over, and I'll just confirm with Michelle. I think it has, yes, thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much, James. So as we can currently see, this is our NHS demonstration system. What we can see currently on the screen is 3 reports that have been completed, which are the waste management audits. If we click onto one of the waste management templates, this will be able to give you the visuality of what has been logged onto your back office. So once again, the usual information that is recorded on the Boris system is your customer, location. Location may work differently for NHS because that would be separate buildings, the date that this was completed, the release, and who it was completed by. But also, on the right-hand side, we have the summary information. So this is great and key to the NHS. They want the data to be captured. When has this document been, started? When was it completed? When has it hit the server? So all the basic knowledge that we need in the background of a template. Scrolling further down, we then have the general information. We will come back to the follow-up actions on the right-hand side. So on the general information, as you've seen from my mobile phone screen, we've got the name, the site, the date, the description of the ward, and audit method, health and safety. Then what I've done, I've filled out a waste management template. We've given it the scores of, is the training required? Does everyone know that it's compliant to do such works? And also what this gives the ability for waste management team members is to understand, is everyone in that ward aware of what they need to record, or who are the members that they need to go to in regards to waste management? Okay, so if we scroll further down, as you can see, all that data is captured. Then also we've got the compliant and non-compliant part. So what's great is if we've gone and told the system everything's compliant, it will all stay the same and no information will come up. However, on a point we have said that it's non-compliant. We've then been able to save information against this. Also an action, as you can see, that immediate action is required, and the photo of what is the issue. Okay. What we can also view, if from here, is further information down below on, everything to do with the board management, and also the signatures that have, provided that they have signed this piece of work off. So if we scroll right back down up to the top, please, James, and if we can click on view or complete follow-up actions, as you can see, I had one follow-up action and it is in the system for me to check upon and make sure this is complete. Okay. So as you can see, you can also output these out on the app, on the back office, into any documents that you require. So like I said, we do come, as you can see, we do work very closely with the NHS, not just on waste management, but to other industries. Okay. So that's on waste management. Have we got any questions, Michelle?
Not on waste management, no, Shantu. I think everybody must be happy with that process.
I've got a couple of questions though, I suppose.
Lovely, thank you.
I think, yeah, I know we're talking a lot about NHS, Shatu, but I'm assuming that waste management is an issue that's encountered by lots of different industries, is it?
Yes, that's correct. So the template I've shown you has been based on NHS. However, you've made a very great point. Waste management isn't just within the NHS, it can be within any industry. And this is where the great bespokeness of Boris comes in, is whatever industry you're in, we can bespokely and tailor-make those templates for you. So it will still be called waste management, but the questions will change on that template to meet your requirements.
Yeah, that's great. And to be honest with you, I just wanted to, I suppose, clarify that because I could see it being used by a lot of our clients. Again, we'll just tailor-make the waste form if that's what's required.
We have just had one more question come through.
Michelle, great timing. This is what happens when you operate live.
So we have a client that would like to know if it's possible for non-compliance to flag up without actually going into the report.
Yes. So we've seen the tab on the right-hand side where it said follow-up actions. So that will be able to tell you. But also, if we take it back to the live drawing, we'd be able to add the status in on your report screen, where if, for example, there's a non-compliant issue, it will come up on the status to say there's a non-compliant. But as we said on everything else, if a client wishes for us to add this process in, please feel free to give us a call and we'll try and support them as much as we can.
I was going to say, I suppose, can I just as well support that and just say that Boris provides completely customizable workflows and process flows. So if there's a requirement for any step process, approval process, or for additional works to be completed, for that to be displayed anywhere, whether it be in the front app or whether it be in the back office system, we can develop and design that process workflow for you. So absolutely, we can deliver that for you so that you don't have to click into the reports section within the back office and actually look at the follow-up actions. That can be displayed through the actual form in the device for you as part of a custom workflow. And that would be applicable throughout the entire system as well. So again, great ideas like that are what feed our creative team or our development team. So when we get an idea like that, it says, actually, would it be useful for us to place that follow-up action somewhere else within the app? If we develop that, then actually that could be a great little tool or feature for somebody else out there.
Yeah.
And again, that's the purpose of the Boris Coffee Morning, really, is to, I suppose, skill share some of that information with you, to try to help out. And that's where Shatu and myself can then come round and work with you all and see if we can develop your system so it's better fit for you. So great question. Thank you very much, Michelle. I don't know whether any more have come in, but I'm going to have to probably draw a line under it right now because we've got a couple of other little bits still to do as promised. So we're going to move straight across now over into an update, something that was quite dear to my heart in 2020. We looked at some charities to support, and we looked at an international charity and some UK charities. And as an international charity, we picked a children's orphanage in South Africa that, to be honest, really needed our help. They are disadvantaged children, obviously, who were working with computer programs in order to be able to complete their high school education. So it was very dear to our hearts. It involved lots of children that were underprivileged, and it also involved using computer systems in order to be able to deliver education. So we got involved at the beginning of 2020 and provided them with, first of all, a free of charge Boris solution to manage all of their orphanage and their works. But following up from that, Shatu, we've been spending a lot of time working and doing other activities. And I suppose I just want to hand across to you and just give everybody that's listening today just an update on how we did in 2020.
Thank you very much, James. So initially, like James said, 2020 was very close to our hearts because we worked really closely with this charity based in South Africa called Balimbu. They are currently in our coffee morning this morning. All we want to say is thank you very much for working close to us, and we are really happy that we're working with such a great charity. It is very close to our heart and Boris. But also what I wanted to say was thank you very much for all the support that our clients have provided us. So what we did in the very cold weathers of 2020, we as a team with our company directors, we all went for a sponsored walk, which I said thank you very much to all our clients who sponsored us and gave us the support to say you guys can do it. It was a great day. It was very, very cold. I think James remembers. Quite a couple of accidents, but it was lovely.
Sponsored walk makes it sound like a nice flat walk around a reservoir. This was the exact opposite to a nice flat walk around a reservoir. This was over hills, off road, avoiding sheep and cows on the way. It was a particularly difficult day. So thank you all for your support.
Lovely, but also the great news is we saved and had the sponsorship of above £1,000 for this charity. We are hoping to raise even more this year in 2021. We will keep you updated on what else we will be doing to support this charity. However, another great support that we have provided is we have provided a free of charge Boris system to this charity where they can record the maintenance of their buildings in Swaziland to be able to have a safe, clean environment for these orphanage children. So as we said, thank you very much for all your support. However, we've got other people here today that would like to say thank you to you as well, guys. So we're just going to put something up on the screen for you. Michelle, is that up on the screen? If we can check that for us, please.
Just coming through, Shetty.
Sorry, we'll just bring it back.
My technical ability there. Sorry, guys. For some reason, it's not letting me. There we go.
There we go, guys. Thank you very much for that video, James. Just to obviously finish this off, as I stated, we raised the money for the high school. At the same time, I am aware that they want to support the primary and nursery part of the orphanage children as well. So as you've seen, you've really made the heart of these children happy. Thank you very much once again.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. So, I suppose just in terms then now of wrapping up in terms of talking about next steps, hopefully today it's been a bit of a whistle-stop tour as these Boris coffee mornings are. They're usually action-packed with lots of information and really all it's about is just trying to, I suppose, tease some of that information out to you and show you some of the things that we've been working on with existing clients. And we intend to continue doing this every 6 weeks now throughout 2021. I suppose the virtual way of doing things is the new norm anyway now. So we've adapted quite quickly to that and we're really enjoying these sessions. A lot of the time that Shatta and myself pick up the phone with yourselves as we're just running sort of account management sessions with you. A lot of the time we're talking about some of the items that we've discussed on the coffee morning. So for me, that really demonstrates that it's being useful for you guys. And again, we would really appreciate if you continue to provide us with your ideas, your topics that you want us to show. We will be committed to showing you different industries, a little bit like we've done with the NHS today. We know that was quite a unique industry demo there that we've presented in terms of those waste managements, the clinical waste, the sharps waste, etc. However, we know that can be tailored to your industry and that there's probably a requirement with your industry to manage waste effectively. So that's why we chose to show it today. And again, we're going to do that on each of these sections, is identify unique things that are happening in different industries and share that information with you. So, as I said, let's talk about the next steps and what do we do from here. So following up immediately after this session, Michelle will be sending out a feedback form for you. That's exactly the same feedback form that we've been sending out, I believe, over the last couple of weeks. I could be wrong in that. It may have changed, but we'll be sending that across to you. And we really, really, really do like to receive those feedback forms. Basically, because a lot of you say nice things about Shatu and I, but also, so we do like to receive that information. But also because it gives us a steer on how we present the next meeting. We get an understanding of what did we do right, what did we do wrong, and what could we have done better for you. So please send across the feedback forms. As I say, what we're also going to do is next week, Shatu and I will be starting up with account management calls again, and we'll be phoning each of you and discussing your requirements for each of the products that we've talked about today. Yeah. Starting at Apple and iOS, waste management, and also live drawing. Now, some of you already have live drawing in your systems. Some of you are awaiting live drawing, excuse me. And that will be rolled out over the coming couple of weeks for those of you that are currently waiting. But we'll be discussing those with you. What we're going to be doing from there then is we're going to be very transparent in our rollout schedule for Apple. We're going to be very transparent towards the free test customers that we've chosen. And we're going to, once we've set those tests up, we're going to share some of that information out as well. What we're also going to do is we're going to be having some honest conversations about your requirements. What do we need to do for setup? How do we set that scoping and design session up? What would be the number of users that you'd be looking to migrate across onto an Apple product? What requirement is there for the waste management side of things, etc., etc., etc. And from there, we're going to draw up another rollout schedule where you'll have a time for that implementation of that particular update or setup of the system. And we'll work through that with you. And again, as I say, the setup for the iPhone is going to be treated very much as a setup. So it'll go through from scoping and design all the way through to handover and training. And again, we'll map out that process for you within the statement of work so that you have all of that information. And if there's any resource requirement we need from your teams there, then you can provide that to us at the right time to ensure that we deliver this out to you. Yeah. So feedback form, and then we'll be calling next week. Hopefully that gives you the solution you need. However, Shatu and myself's emails are on for the rest of the day. We're in the office. We've come into the office, even though it's a bit of a skeleton team out there. We've got people working from home, but we've also got key core members of staff that have to be in to support those key worker businesses as well. So it's nice to be in the office. If you want to give us a call, give us a ring, then we're happy to talk about anything. Again, as we reiterated or as we stated at the beginning, if you had colleagues that weren't able to attend today or you've in any way had to leave or miss part of today's session, then let us know and we'll drop you out a copy of the video and you'll have that for your own records. We'll also be able to provide you with our YouTube link as well and you'll be able to go there. So,
just to make a final point on that one as well, James, back to the iPhone rollout. As James has said, we do have free test companies. However, we will try and put a list together. The sooner you let us know, the better, because then we'll be able to create a bit of a list of, which clients require it, and then also go back to the phases that you were mentioning earlier on in the coffee morning.
Okay. So we're quite happy we want people to message us to say, do we first come, first served? What's it?
In short words, yes.
Okay, a bit of a change of plan, but we'll go with that one. Okay, guys. So I think on that note, all that remains for me to say is I suppose thanks again for all of the support in 2020, both for the Belembu charity, which I've got to say, absolutely fell in love with those kids in the video. So really, thank you so much for that. And if I have to go and walk up another mountain again to help them out this year, I'll be doing it. I'm absolutely convinced I'll be doing it. But also, thanks for your support with these coffee mornings. Again, any feedback that you can send through to us, we would really appreciate it. It helps us guide the features that we're going to show off throughout 2021. We will be committing to that every 6 weeks. As Shatu mentioned earlier, we do have a server sale on at the moment. So If you are wanting to talk to us about swapping and migrating from your own server across onto ours, now's the time to do it. Pick up the phone, let's have a conversation about it. And again, as I say, Shatu and I will be in touch with you over the next week or two in order for us to build up our next steps and rollout of hopefully what you've seen today, which has got you excited and started to think, actually, 2021 is going to go off with a bang at Boris. So I think all that's left for me to say is, on behalf of Michelle, I know you're off camera, bye from us all. Shatu?
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.